Shalom. Call Holo Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahahakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. My name is Barada Ball, coming to you from the GMS campus, Indianapolis. And to all those listening and learning to you, I say Shalom. Especially to so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. I have came across the video and I'm going to play it. But before, we're going to start with the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 11 through 13. And hopefully it is edifying. The title I have, I guess I say, have no fellowship. But I'll have a title by the time I post it. But here we go. It says, Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11, it says, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. Okay. Many of our people have made agreements, contracts, and with the elites of this society. The Job chapter 9, verse 24 said the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. And so, of course, you put those together. You look at the elites of this society and how things are ran. They are the wicked, starting with the head tribe, Esau, Edom, but the head tribe, Amalek, the ones that claim to be the people of the book. Now, and they are not. Of course, there are many scriptures that we've brought out just to show that, Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous in authority, the people will rejoice. And when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Currently, the people are mourning. Currently, the people can't roam freely. Okay, you'll have licenses and contracts, and now people are being gathered up in internment camps. And so, and of course, those who have set contracts with them, those of the, let's say the higher or the upper echelon of sports, we're in basketball, which is this example I'm going to show, but you also have football, baseball, then you have the media, certain politicians. Then you also have movies, these actors, none of which, when they are in these higher level music artists, when they are in these industries, these high levels, they are very much more slaves than the people that are at the bottom. I mean, we all are slaves, but when you get into this higher level, they're not allowed to do a lot of things. They're not allowed to go back into the community, really, and spend money within their community and build up their community. A lot of times, they're not able to dress certain ways. And more importantly, they're not able to speak the truth. And so, of course, Yahweh, through his son Yahweh Shai, has already have men set to do that job. And so, and for the purpose, you have to understand that, there is afflictions that come along with speaking the truth. There's possible death, like Elder Malcolm says all the time, when he opens up, risking their lives and freedom, right? You have possible imprisonment. And we know that these things we do because the Lord has told us, if they hate you, know that they hated me first. He says that when you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. He says that, the servant's not greater than his master, so that persecution will arise because of this truth. So there, first and foremost, you have to come under the right understanding and learn, from the teachers in which Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is sent, starting with our head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the bishops and elders, and those that teach the likewise doctrine. And that would build you up. But again, it says, have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. So through the laws, the scriptures of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, we are seeing the things that are wrong in the world. And that's why what we do, we correct them, right? It says, for the law is light, for the commandments is the lamp, and the law is light, and reproof and instructions are the ways of life, roughly paraphrasing. So we're reproving our people. The scriptures say, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people Israel their transgressions. All right. So we're telling our people, where they're going wrong. We even have correction within the body to make sure that we're staying on the right path. But then also to the other nations. Let me get this real quick. This is the book of, thought I had it. Salakia, I got all this stuff up here. Hold on. It's the book of Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old both prophesied both against many countries, against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. So, of course, we are, through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, those prophets that have come to expose the wrongdoings that are going on in the land. And, of course, Yahushua is going to bring forth judgment for all the things that are happening. And just before judgment happens, many things are being exposed. This is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. It says, but I have made Esau bare, and I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. So now in these last times, everybody's recognizing who the wicked really is. Everybody is recognizing who the liar really is. Everybody is recognizing who the elite, bankers, politicians, those who run the entire world, the armies of America. Everybody is knowing and learning who they really are. And it says, and of course, it's Esau, Edom, so-called white man, starting off with them Amalekites, the ones that claim to be Jews. It says, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbor, and he is not. And currently he's living in the fattest parts of the earth, and he does it by, like it says in John chapter 10, verse 10, the thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy. The thing that's going on that happened in Palestine, everybody is seeing it. Then they went over into Iraq. They actually went other places too, but then Iraq, these most notable, not Iraq, Salakia, Iran. And there was fighting back and forth. And of course, then they go over into Syria. And of course, you have America completely backing every move that they make. And when you hear the apostles and the elders, those that are well seasoned in the scriptures, explain and break it down how The least of the flock, meaning these Amalekites, will draw them out, will draw America out, and draw all these people. And eventually all these people are going to come out to war. But America's trying to, Trump's trying to keep from the fighting. But he's being drawn closer and closer into it by these people. So let's get this video, and I'll go back to my Ephesians, and then we'll end it here.
Free Palestine. And I tweeted Free Palestine. And I dang near got kicked out the league for it. And I'm like trying to figure out why. So I tweet Free Palestine. Less than 10 minutes after I tweet that, I get a call from the commissioner of the NBA.
Stop it.
Agents, people working with my foundation at the time, Texas, you gotta erase this tweet. You gotta take this down. You're gonna get it. I'm like, what did I do that was so bad?
Can somebody explain to me?
Yeah, can somebody explain,
So this is free use, fair use. I'm not receiving any monetary gain for this, just going through the scriptures. Now, this is what I was going into as far as the people. Though they don't have this truth, this is what people are saying now. Now, this right here, as you can see, Breeze Politics, it's got like 20,000 views. But, you have 4 right here off of this comment. It says, Israel taking something that isn't yours and then shamelessly pretending it belongs to you while playing the victim. Then you have nice story. I can mention a Palestine king from 3. Okay, so we're not going to go into the replies, but here this says, to learn who rules over you, simply find out who you are not allowed to criticize, right? It says free America from AIPAC. And if you can, you can look that up as far as who AIPAC is, and it pretty much goes back to those people. All right. Then it goes freedom of speech. Unbelievable. It says, if this doesn't show the American people who owns America, I don't what will. All right. It says free speech in America is only allowed as long as you do not upset Israel. All right. So you heard it there. And so and you see it there. So let's go ahead and finish the scriptures. All right. And the reason I say, the scriptures say have no fellowship with unfruitful works of darkness is because, Dwight Howard, as you can see, Dwight Howard, an elite basketball player. He told you when he made just that tweet. All right. He had all these people that had contracts with him or some type of dealings with him from the high levels, from the commissioner, then those in basketball and those of his foundation, just showing you they all started to jump on board immediately on this to get him to stop. And he said he almost was kicked out of the NBA. All right. So just to show you, what I was saying before, how much when you make this money, how they have that much more control over you. It says, for it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. And the Lord is unveiling those things. All right. The wicked works, the things that's been done with children. They've been talking about this Epstein, talking about open up these files. And you'll find that, more than likely you'll find chasing the money who hands are really involved. So they've been really working to keep those names out of the light. All right. It says, but all these things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. And that's the prophets, using through the scriptures, through Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Again, we are seeing these things And the Lord has given us, the understanding of the scriptures to show unto the elect, first and foremost, but unto the world, the difference between who is walking in righteousness and who is doing wickedly. And it says, for whatsoever doeth make manifest is light, right? And so, of course, you'll understand in these times more and more why judgment is happening upon the earth, because, of course, the earth is being ruled by the wicked. And this is why we have departed from the ways of this, spiritually from the ways of this system, because all those that are connected to it, right, that have those, have fellowship with them, will be destroyed and receive their judgment. It tells us, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. So I hope that this lesson was edifying, uplifting, exhorting to some sort to the elect body of true believers. Before I end, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Raha HaKadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the globe. Until next time, all those listening and learning to you, I say, Shalom.